You are not only in the army, you are women, and you are Negroes.
Yikes, the triple whammy.
These uniforms were designed for the pencil figure of a white woman, not the curves of a Negro.
So this is a new Netflix movie called 6888, a film by Tyler Perry, one of my favorite movie producers.
And because you are Negroes and women, you do not have the luxury to be as good as the white soldiers. You have the burden to be better.
And this film is all about the untold story of black women in World War II.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Now, you're probably thinking to yourselves, what are you on about black women in World War II? I mean, I'm sure there were some somewhere at some point, but really, a whole film?
I'm gonna bring a white lieutenant in here to show you how to run this unit!
How did this film ever get made? Who wanted it?
Even tried the Women's Army Corps.
You mean the White Women's Army Corps?
Well, is there another?
Well, I'll tell you how it got made. Tyler Perry pitched his idea for a World War II movie to the Netflix executives. He said, I want to make a movie about World War II.
But they've already made some movies about World War II.
To which, naturally, all of the Netflix executives said, oh, another one, World War II.
Well, what about Dracula?
He said, hold your horses, Netflix. I haven't finished.
I know we are fighting a war, but our war starts with being Negro. We are fighting on every front.
My World War II movie is a World War II epic with a twist. Go on, say the Netflix executives. Well, you know how all the historians and movie makers always focus on the Jews, or the plight of the British, French, American soldiers, sometimes even the Russians. And damn it, sometimes even from the German perspective. For some reason, the annals of history have forgotten what World War II was really about. The black lady sorting through all the mail. And on that note, each and every one of the Netflix executives in unison ejaculated. In the old-time sense of the word, hurrah, hurrah, they ejaculated. Tyler Perry, take our money and make that movie about the black women that sorted through the mail in World War II. Lest we forget! Anyway, let's take a look at some of the best bits of the 6888.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Our new movie, The 6888, is named after the war heroines you probably never heard about in school.
They were the only all-black and women of color battalion to serve in Europe during World War II.
These women were assigned the nearly impossible task of delivering millions of pieces of illegible, damaged, and backlogged mail.
Yes, the nearly impossible task of sorting through a load of badly written letters.
It was a problem no one else had been able to solve.
Initially, the task was assigned to the British Code and Cipher School, led by Alan Turing. But after about half an hour in the mailroom, Alan Turing just went, my brain.
But of course, the 6888 delivered.
I'm going to stick with trying to crack the Enigma code. For this task, we're going to have to call in the big guns, the smartest people on Earth, the 6888. Who are they? Why, a bunch of random black women, of course. Send out the signal. That's funny. They're not responding.
Few people know the story of these brave and dedicated women.
And the way they restored hope and morale to countless Americans when they needed it most.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this story should never be told. I mean, if somebody made an hour-long documentary on the History Channel or whatever, I'd say, go nuts, knock yourselves out. But this film is the biggest cliche I've ever seen. They've even got Hank out of Breaking Bad playing the big bulldog-faced, racist general.
I think I'm gonna have you relieved of your duties.
You black ladies can't do nothing right.
And I'm gonna bring a white lieutenant in here to show you how to run this unit.
I'm gonna get a white man to replace you.
Now, the 6888, can you tell everyone what it's about?
Sure. So this film is about the only all-black, all-female battalion to go overseas in World War II. These were all women of color, and they were tasked with the impossible assignment of sorting through 17 million pieces of mail that had been backlogged for years. Everybody had tried to fix this problem. Nobody could do it. So you know what they did? They sent the black women in.
Who did got the job done?
Who did got the job done? Oh, lovely. Now, I do feel it might be one of these situations where they say everyone had a go, but no one could do it, so they sent the black women. Who's gonna tell them? I don't know if that was the most menial task available.
They think the only thing we good for is to deliver some damn mail.
There's no way for me to prove it. I do feel there is a point to what I said earlier, though, that, you know, cracking the Enigma code was possible, but sorting through mail was impossible. Call me a skeptic. Call me a cynic.
Yes, yeah. So the film is really about these courageous young women who traveled across the world to try to make the world a better place, and they did. They worked together and they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. Or did they? Because I'm probably going to catch a little bit of flack for this controversial hot take of mine, but you've got to hear me out. Now, I'm a bit of a skeptical guy. I don't know if you've noticed, okay? But, for example, when somebody tells me that somebody I've just met is a doctor, I go, oh yeah, big whoop! I make videos on YouTube, okay? You think you're better than me? I'm joking, of course. But doctors, I think a lot of people study medicine to kind of go to people, ooh, I'm studying medicine. Oh, it's so difficult. All the night shifts. And then when they become a doctor, they can say to people, I'm a doctor. I'm a GP. I'm a surgeon. And everyone goes, oh, really? And all the nurses' knees buckle before them. Right? Not me, okay? I'm sure there are some good doctors out there. I'm only half kidding, okay? But when people tell me that the 855 members of the 6888 Women's Battalion went over to Europe to make the world a better place, and they did, right? My mind goes, hang on a second, why would a load of black women suddenly decide to join the army when they're not being conscripted, they're not being forced? Why would they decide in segregation-era USA to go and defend the USA in a foreign war? Is it possible that they saw it as a guaranteed income, the chance to learn some skills, and a very, 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 very low chance of anything bad happening? Do you know how many of the 855 members of the 6888 died while on duty in Europe? 3! Do you know how they died? A Jeep rolled over. A road traffic accident. So, incompetence. What I'm saying is, oh, women drivers, eh? Imagine how many died in the Chinese battalion. What have I become?
You're daft racist.
My wife and I have been talking about the problems we are having with the mail and our soldiers' morale.
Mr. President, this assignment has proven to be a logistical nightmare. Even tried the Women's Army Corps.
You mean the White Women's Army Corps?
Well, is there another?
Uh-oh. Oprah don't like that. Now, imagine if I were the director. I couldn't direct this movie. Imagine if I had to tell Oprah to give the big racist army guy the side eye. A side eye that suggests, Oprah, what you need to do is you need to look at him like, well, goddamn. Mm-hmm. Something like that, Oprah. You know what I'm talking about. The stuff that you black people do.
Adams, you and the 6888 Battalion are headed to Europe.
Should you open it? The postal battalion? They think the only thing we good for is deliver some damn mail.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I'm not saying that is the case. It's just that's obviously what was happening. They thought, stick them there with the mail, all right? They can just do that. Hopefully they don't screw it up, okay? So there probably was quite a lot of, it was segregation, for God's sake. Of course, they weren't giving the most complicated assignments to a load of black women, all right?
Would you like to see all the hangers, ma'am?
How many are there?
All of them.
Oh my God.
Ladies, we have been ordered to provide hope. The soldiers have not heard from their loved ones, and their loved ones have not heard from them. When there is no mail, there is low morale.
She's the one who rolls the Jeep, isn't she? She.
688 Battalion! Forward march! They did not send us because they thought we could do it. We are here because they are sure we cannot.
Faced with the impossible, while all of the men were fighting on the battlefields. These black women had to sort through the letters. Nobody thought they could do it because it was literally impossible.
We are no strangers to making a shack a home. We are at war, and when you are at war, you make do.
Okay, this is something I love doing. I pause these frames in films all the time to read the crap that's on the bottom. It's always gobbledygook, isn't it? Right, so she's circled there, 855 WAC. That's the Women's Army Corps. That's just how many are in the battalion, the 6888. So that's key to her calculations. Then you move up to the top of the bag. It says 102 bags times 35 kilos. And that's how much they weigh. And goes down by an arrow to where it says 102 bags. What the hell's going on here? 10,500 bags. 4.25 bags. What? Now, I don't know what she says in that scene, but I would have her turn around and go, them's a whole lot of bags. See, if I made this film, everyone would say how incredibly insensitive it was. But Tyler Perry makes it, and because he's the pillar of the black community, which I'm not yet, everyone takes it seriously. If I made this, they'd think it was a parody.
Unlike some other folks here, we have the most to prove.
Does nobody see the irony of that clip there of them rolling around on the rough sea voyage in what I can only assume is the mail room on the ship? They don't see the contrast with that, and then the next clip of the men getting literally blown to shreds on the battlefield. It's like, it only highlights the stupidity of this film. Again, if I made this, you'd all be in hysterics.
Where you show the proof. This is our mission. And we will not fail.
So there you have it, the film you never knew you needed. It's available on Netflix, like so many others. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've enjoyed making it. If you have enjoyed it, let the algorithm know. Let the universe know what a great time you've had by giving the video a like and letting me know what you thought in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you want to help out with the channel even further and get some access to some exclusive videos that I'm making on Patreon, then you can check out the link to my Patreon channel in the description and the pinned comment under this video. I'm a bit poorly today. I'll see you in the next one.
What is your aim in life? What would you love to be doing in, say, 10 years' time? Have you thought about it? Because I know you love history, right? You love history?
Driving planes in buildings.
Driving what?
Driving planes into skyscrapers.
Right, well, let's say that's not a career option. What else would you like to do?
Move to Iraq and become a terrorist.